My name is Nathan, and for 12 years I thought I had it all. Loving wife Hannah, 2 beautiful kids, and a life we built from the ground up. We were college sweethearts, the couple everyone said was meant to be. But one ordinary Tuesday, my perfect world started to crumble. It began subtly with her phone. Hannah, who used to leave it lying around without a care, suddenly guarded it like it was a national treasure. It was always face down, always silenced, and a new passcode was in place. When I asked about it, she just smiled and said it was for work, a new security protocol. I wanted to believe her, I really did. But a knot of unease began to twist in my gut. Then came the late nights at the office. Hannah was a graphic designer, and her job could be demanding, but this was different. It went from 1 late night a week to 3 or 4. She'd come home exhausted, smelling faintly of a cologne that wasn't mine. She'd explain it away as a client meeting that ran late, or a deadline she just had to meet. I'd make her a cup of tea, listen to her complaints about her boss, and push my doubts deep down. I was her husband, was supposed to trust her. Questioning her felt like a betrayal in itself. But the signs kept piling up. She started going to the gym more often, buying new clothes. And her social calendar was suddenly packed with girls' nights with friends I'd never even heard her mention before. Our intimacy faded. When I tried to reach for her at night, she'd turn away, feigning sleep or a headache. The easy laughter we once shared was replaced by a tense, polite silence. Our home, once a sanctuary of warmth and love, started to feel like a hotel where 2 strangers were just coexisting. The kids felt it too. Our son Leo asked me one evening why Mommy was always so tired and on her phone. That was the moment the denial shattered. I couldn't ignore it any longer. I had to know the truth, no matter how much it might hurt. I felt like a fool, like the classic clueless husband in a bad movie. But I was also angry. Angry at the lies, the deceit, and the slow, painful erosion of everything I held dear. So, I did something I never thought I'd do. I decided to watch. Not with accusations or confrontations, but in silence. One evening, she said she was going out with her friend, Sarah. I'd known Sarah for years, so I sent her a casual text, asking if she was having fun with Hannah. Her reply came back almost instantly. "What are you talking about, Nathan?" "I'm at home with a sick kid. Haven't seen Hannah in weeks." The phone nearly slipped from my hand. The lie was so blatant, so cold. So that night I didn't sleep, just stared at the ceiling, the pieces of the puzzle clicking into place, forming a picture I didn't want to see. The gym wasn't just for fitness. The late nights weren't for work. New clothes weren't for her. They were for him. I needed proof. Undeniable proof. It felt dirty, but I installed a tracking app on her phone. The next time she said she was working late, I watched the little dot on my screen. It didn't go to her office building. It went to a residential address on the other side of town. A quick search revealed it was the home of Mark, a senior partner at her firm. The same Mark she'd mentioned was her mentor. The cologne, the late meetings, it all made sense now. My heart felt like it had been ripped out of my chest and stomped on. I sat in my car, staring at that awe on the map, and a cold, hard resolve settled over me. I wasn't going to break down. I wasn't going to scream. I was going to be smart. For the next 2 months, I became a silent observer of my own life's destruction. I gathered evidence meticulously. I saved the text messages that popped up on our shared tablet, messages filled with, "I miss you and can't wait to see you tonight." I took screenshots of the tracker's location history. I even set up a small hidden camera in our living room. It captured her whispering on the phone to him, smiling in a way she hadn't smiled at me in years. Each piece of evidence was a fresh stab to the heart, but it also fueled my determination. I was documenting the end of my marriage, and I needed to protect myself and my children. I played the part of the devoted husband, making her dinner, asking about her day, all while knowing she was lying to my face. The acting took every ounce of my strength. During this time, I contacted a lawyer, a top divorce attorney. I laid out all my evidence. He was impressed, telling me I had an ironclad case for infidelity. We planned everything. I quietly moved my assets into a separate account. I secured copies of all our financial documents. I was building a fortress to protect my kids and my future from the fallout that was coming. The hardest part was pretending with the kids. I had to smile and play games with them, all while my world was imploding. I I felt like a ghost in my own home, watching my wife live a double life. She seemed so carefree, so happy in her secret world, completely oblivious to the fact that her judge and jury was sitting across the dinner table from her every night. The day I chose to confront her was our anniversary. It felt poetically cruel. I booked a table at the fancy restaurant where I had proposed 13 years earlier. She dressed up, looking stunning, and for a fleeting moment I saw the woman I fell in love with. She talked about planning a vacation, about our future. The hypocrisy was breathtaking. After we ordered, I slid a manila envelope across the table. She looked at me, confused. "What's this?" she asked with a little laugh. "An anniversary surprise?" I just looked at her and said, "Open it." Her smile faded as she pulled out the contents. The first thing she saw were the screenshots of her texts with Mark. Her face went pale. Then came the location data, the printed out photos from the hidden camera. Her hands started to shake. She couldn't speak. She just stared at the evidence of her betrayal, laid out on the white tablecloth between us. "How?" she whispered, her voice trembling. "I was watching, Hannah," I said, my own voice eerily calm. "For months. Every lie, every late night, every secret meeting, saw it all." The color drained from her face as the full weight of her actions and my discovery crashed down on her. There were no more lies she could tell, no more excuses she could make. The secret she thought was so well kept was now exposed in the harshest light imaginable. In that moment, it wasn't just our anniversary dinner that was over. It was our marriage. The divorce was swift and brutal for her. The evidence was overwhelming. I got full custody of the kids and the house. Mark, her lover, was also married, and his wife found out shortly after. His career and marriage imploded just like ours. Hannah was left with almost nothing. Sometimes I feel a pang of something, not quite pity, but a sad nostalgia for the life we once had. But then I look at my children, and I know I did the right thing. Rebuilding our lives hasn't been easy, but we're doing it, one day at a time. The silence is gone, replaced by the sounds of my kids' laughter. While the scars of betrayal will always be there, they no longer define me. I am a father, a survivor, and I am finally free. Thanks for listening to my story. If you've been through something similar, know that you're not alone and you can get through it. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories.